Good evening and welcome to the news. The Chinese government today handed over technical equipment to the Seychelles Broadcasting Corporation, SBC, as part of the agreements for the SBC House project. The equipment handing over ceremony took place in one of the main studios of the SBC House. It was the chairman of the Hunan No. 6 Engineering Company Limited under the Hunan Construction Investment Group Company Limited, Dongfan Yung, who handed over a sample of the equipment to the Chief Executive Officer of the SBC, Bira Dupré, the Chinese ambassador to Seychelles, Lin Nan, Minister Devika Vidot, other senior government officials, especially from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the SBC management team attended the event.
China and Seychelles are trustworthy brothers and partners. The new SBC House is another manifestation and token of time-honored friendship between us.
The handover of this equipment today is a comforting milestone. It reassures us that we are close to the finishing line. We therefore look forward to meeting you here again in a few months' time for the official opening.
There won't be Seabird eggs on the market again this year and next year. The government has extended its decision not to collect the eggs on our outer islands for another 2 years. That was among the subjects discussed in the Cabinet of Ministers meeting this week. Vice President Ahmed Afif said that they hope that the population of sooty tern, which has declined over the years, will increase during that time, thus producing more eggs. The Cabinet was presented with the result of the national census on the sooty tern population conducted last year, and based on the results, the Cabinet approved recommendations aimed at conserving and better manage the seabird population on our islands. The Minister for Foreign Affairs and Tourism, Sylvestre Radegon, is the new president of the Indian Ocean Commission. Minister Radegon took over from the Mauritian Minister for Foreign Affairs, Manish Gobin, during a meeting of the 38th session of the Commission in Mauritius. A statement from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs says Mr. Radegon has chosen to place his presidency under the theme Youth, the driving force behind modernization. He says he believes the youth must be at the heart of all efforts and actions. Mr. Radegon set out his priorities to other member states. He says those priorities are intended to give a boost to efforts to carry out institutional reform and modernization in the Commission. Seychelles has signed an agreement with UK's Hydrographic office to continue with the updating of Seychelles' bathymetry chart. The Principal Secretary for Land Transport, Patrick Henry, signed on behalf of Seychelles and UK's National Hydrographer, Rear Admiral Angus Isenhai, signed on behalf of his country's Hydrographic office. Amongst those present at the signing were the Minister for Transport, Anthony Dejac, and the British High Commission, Jeff Glecking. The UK has made available a grant of £2.4 million, just above 41 million rupees, to cover Hydrographic's survey in Seychelles waters for the first quarter of this year. Minister Dejac said the new agreement signed this morning is of great importance to the Victoria Port Extension project as well as for worldwide navigation.
They needed the services in order to know what exactly they need to dredge in Port Victoria, where are the channels, how the port should be actually operational in the coming years with the new Port Victoria. But it's also of interest to all our tourism industry, our high craft operators. But the new charts following the new surveys will also be of extreme importance to international maritime trade, especially with the partial closure of the Red Sea. We find that much more traffic is going through Seychelles EEZ because they have to go from Asia around the Cape of Good Hope to Europe and beyond to North America, South America, for example.
Several government departments and agencies that offer social services came together in the Camion Hall Garden today to help sensitize members of the public on the services they offer. This was among the activities that the Ministry of Employment and Social Affairs has organized to commemorate Social Work Day, which was celebrated in March. Despite the rain this morning, it did not stop the department and agencies that offer social services from conducting this activity. The Minister for Employment and Social Affairs, Patricia Franco, was there. She said that these activities are of importance as the public needs to be aware of this service to benefit their well-being. The Supreme Court has imposed prison sentences on 2 men found guilty in connection with attempts to blow up the Grand Anse petrol station on the 28th of June 2021. One of the men, Jimmy Roy Azemia from Glassy, has been sentenced to 8 years in prison on the charge of conspiracy to commit a terrorist act. Azemia has also received a 4-year prison sentence on the charge of possession of explosives. The other man, Andrew Estral of Maldives, has received 7 years in jail for the offense of conspiracy to commit a terrorist act. He received an additional 4 years for possession of explosives. The 2 sentences for both men will run concurrently. The civil society, in collaboration with the Eastern Africa Standby Force and the Seychelles Department for Youth, organized a forum this week for young Seychellois and youth from different activities, different countries, in the Eastern African region that are active in the civil society. They were brought together to discuss their ideas that can bring peace and stability in the region. The forum features a variety of activities for the young delegates.
We have 3 new courses that will strengthen protection against children in armed conflict, sexual and gender-based violence, and lastly, child protection. We have 2 activities on the role of young people in peace and the protection of the environment. We feel that the environmentally induced effect are going to be issues that we're going to be dealing with into the future. And they are going to be contributing to conflict into the future. And therefore, the youth must be involved in that to ensure that our environment is protected.
We've come to the end of this news summary. Thank you for watching. I will be back with more news at 8 p.m. So stay tuned, and that will be the news in Creole.